Wanted to share with you today the 20 children that died from gunshot wounds in Columbus during the 2020 year. Please bear with me. It's traumatic even looking at this list. Ashir Lewis, unborn, shot in his mother's womb. The man arrested for shooting Ashir was old enough to carry a gun. Ashir's pregnant mother was not. Romir Harris, age 2. Romir was a toddler. The person arrested for Romir's death wasn't old enough to drive, let alone own a gun. Lydia Gidia, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, age 12, a baby, shot through the wall in her apartment. Her neighbor had been handling a rifle when it went off. The bullet traveled through the wall and killed Lydia. Demetria Gore, age 12, shot inside his home. Elijah Copeland, Elijah Copley, 14, shot outside on a summer morning, found lying in the street. And no one knows who shot him or why. Cold of the street. India Corley, 14, was shot on the 4th of July, Independence Day. She fought to stay alive for a week before she died in the afternoon. Again, no one knows who shot her, and no one has been arrested for her murder. Kara Bray, 14, babies, fought to stay alive for 2 days after being shot. She died at midnight. Nasir Terry, 14, babies, found dead, shot in an intersection. Two other children were arrested for his murder. Dewan Taylor, found shot. No one knows what happened. Masood Hassan, age 15, died inside a home from a gunshot. Again, no one knows who murdered him. Cold of the streets. Dominique Rodriguez, 16, driving with someone on 270, got shot in the car. A boy, 14, not old enough to own a gun, arrested, charged in his murder. Latarianne Harris, age 16, tried to buy a gun from Camille Mustafa, age 17. They shot each other during a legal gun sale. The Latarian died. 16, babies. Jeremy Clinton, 16, was shot late at night in December. A person too young to legally own a gun was charged with Jeremy's murder. Hussein Abdi, 16. Died inside a home. Again, no one knows who murdered him. Equia Forney Jr., 17, was shot outside. The next day, a boy that police think killed him died too. CPD's SWAT team shot him. Daymar Bowden, 17. Could have been my son. Could have been your son. Daymar Bowden, 17, found lying on the street, shot. He died at 7 p.m. on a night in July. Pernell Hook, 17, found in the car, shot. A man who was the legal age to carry a gun was arrested for Pernell's murder. No one knows who shot Major Harris III, 17, or why they shot him. He was found in the alley and died that night at St. Anne's Hospital, a baby. Your child, my child, community. I don't know these names, but I do know them. Even though the blood is washed off the streets, the blood is still there. No one knows who shot Donnell Freeman, 17. He died at dinner time with families around the table. 3 days after Christmas. 3 days earlier than that, him and his family celebrated Christmas. And they would lose their child on the 28th. The 20th murder, the last murder, is on this list for 2020. Marcus Peters, 15, completed suicide with a gun one night in July. The code of the streets. Snitches get stitches. Nobody tells. While a murderer walks the street and capable of doing another murder. And a family wants to bring some type of closure in their lives. And this list right here. This list right here. Lives. 20 babies. It's all over the city. Linden is the hot spot. Hilltop's the hot spot. But we all touched by this. Whether you're in Upper Arlington or Dublin or East Side or the West Side, we have to get involved and do something. There's something else we can do in the city. Not just justice, but we want healing to start. How do you deal with 20 murders in Columbus? I know coronavirus is taking over the news. I know we talk about food efficiencies and food deserts and fentanyl, but we have lives, creativity, lives, babies that will never graduate, never walk across the stage, never see their siblings again, and the trauma of that. And we'll put it on the news one day, we'll see it one day, and you'll never hear that name again. Like these names on here. A few of them I recognize, but most of these names we never heard. We never heard. So the purpose of this is bringing this to your to your spirit and to your memory that these are lives, that these are names, can't be taken away. There's a birth certificate and a death certificate for babies, 12, 2, 14, 16, 17, 15 years old, unborn children, unborn babies, fetus in a mother's belly. God have mercy on us. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to make people remember that these lives, whether it's put a name on the wall to start something, it has to be something significant, impactful, that we remember. We did it for, when I was in a Vietnam era vet, they put a wall where they put all the names on it that we never forget. These are kids. Some of these are they're in worn, torn neighborhoods. Do you hear me? This is war. People are in, there's a war going on. And we drive by it every day. Every day. Every day. And here we have babies. God help us.